either live by the gun or you die by the sword.
Welcome to the Good, the Bad, and the Weird MicroViews. I'm Nicho.
And I'm Chris.
And this year, for our kind of Shark Week-esque movie,
Yes,
we decided to take a little deviation from domestic flicks.
and I'm so glad we did. I'm so glad you found this movie. This is my new obsession.
We decided to do Ninja versus Shark.
This movie changed my week. I love this movie now. I will be dedicating a good chunk of my afternoon on Saturday and or Sunday trying to re-figure out the plot. I've now seen this movie 3 times in the last 3 days. I watched it once by myself. I got halfway through and I went, I must be too tired to understand what's going on. Let me pause this and come back to it. Started it over, because I assumed I was too tired. I was in fact not too tired. I still didn't know what was happening. So then I made my friend, who's also a shark and ninja expert, watch it, and we watched it together, with live commentary back and forth, trying to figure out what the love triangles were happening. Who is who?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What? Are you dead? Who's dead? Who stays dead?
Yes.
We have so many questions.
So, Ninja vs. Shark is set in Edo, Japan, in a small fishing/pearl harvesting village that finds themselves the target of an evil clan who's hell-bent on controlling the oyster production.
I love that you use the word clan, because that's clearly the correct, interpretation. However, cult, I think, would also be an appropriate term.
Well, they're called the Crimson Devil Clan.
They are called the Crimson Devil Clan, but they wear white cloaks with their hoods up and perform black magic in caves with candles. I think they're a cult.
A bit.
They worship a shark.
Hey, I mean, people worship a bunch of weird stuff.
That's true. And
Sharks make sense because they're powerful. I mean, hell.
no, they do, and they talk about it too. They're like, sharks are the most powerful thing on this planet. But also, one of them is also kind of a shark, sometimes, sort of. But
When
maybe
he eats the pearls, it's the ninja techniques.
Yeah, okay, so there's a lot of questions. There's, ninja magic. Think Naruto. There's, Naruto ninjas in this. And then there's also shark magic, and there's also ninja magic. And then there's also just the power of love? Question mark?
It falls into a lot of, the tokusatsu genre, where it's it's very Power Rangers-esque for domestic listeners. It's a lot of practical effects to do the action.
Yes. Here's something, though, that took me completely by shock and surprise when I watched this the first time. The CGI and videography of this is actually fairly decent.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting, a 3-headed shark level videography based off of the description on the back of the box. And I was greeted to surprisingly good graphics.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly good, action. Is it the best I've ever seen? No. The blood is almost hot pink. But I did have a good time, and I wasn't, I wasn't giggling at how bad the graphics were. I was giggling at how weird the characters were. And I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one that's out there a little bit. And it'll make more sense if I go through the cast and crew to understand, why this is that type of movie.
You can try, but boy, the plot is dense and thick.
It's not very thick, it's just
confusing and full of dead people.
Not really. It's written by Junichiro Ashiki, directed by Koichi Sakamoto. Stars Julia Nagano, who's the cursed village girl Sayo. Shun Nishima, who's the hopeless love interest Shinsuke. Also has Koshu Hirano as the ninja Kato, or Kotaro. No, I spelled that right. Kotaro, if I could actually read. As well as Kanon Miyahara as the rival ninja / ex-fiancé to Kotaro.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, so when you read it like that, it sounds so straightforward and easy to go. However, there's so many side characters who place themselves in the way of this movie that you physically have to stop yourself and go, okay, that's the girl who earlier was with her mom, and then that's the other girl. This is the crazy fiance who might be a lesbian.
I think this is your face blindness
It
kicking
is
in.
100% face blindness kicking in. But also, the whole movie tries to do somewhat subtle plot points as far as, like, revealing who is who. And, like, oh, this guy, this, bodyguard who's running around and is, like, supposed to be a bad guy. He's secretly a good guy. And you're like, you've done a lot of bad things already in this movie. I don't think you are a good guy. Well, and it's like, but you didn't see it coming. He's actually a ninja. And you're like, okay, I did see it coming, though.
Yeah, well, and I mean, if you've watched any of, like, the old Power Rangers, it kind of works. And I
had a great time. I just don't know who anybody is.
Yeah, well, I mean, the style of movie makes sense because Ashiki the writer has heavily worked on the Ultraman franchise from 2014.
It does read Ultraman-y.
Director Sakamoto has done quite a few Kamen Riders, as well as he's done Ultraman shows and movies. He also has done stunt work, specifically the movie that I know, Beverly Hills Ninja.
A great movie, a classic.
But he's also worked on Power Rangers and Guyver in the very similar genre, as well as most of the cast is relatively new, most of them starting in the 2010s, and also working on Kamen Rider and Ultraman Z.
Yeah, no, you can tell in the way the fight scenes are set up very clearly.
Yeah. The rival ninja / ex-fiancé, she's the only one who has, like, a little bit more breadth to her, like, career. Mm-hmm. She was in Tag, which is a very weird movie in itself.
Yeah.
Assassination Classroom live action.
A good one, yeah.
She's a professional kickboxer.
That explains a lot.
And is also in a live adaptation of Blood Sea that I didn't even know existed until now.
I was gonna say, never heard that it had a live adaptation. I will be looking that up.
There's so many things we're running into that have live adaptations.
I need to start a running list, to be honest with you.
I'll slowly build one for us.
Yes, perfect.
But yeah, no, I mean, this movie is campy in all the right places.
It sure as hell is.
As someone who really enjoys the old, dumb, bad ninja movies.
This one hits all of the major plot ninja points that you could want, but in the worst way, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. And to clear your plot bullshit.
Okay.
It is very simple.
It's supposed to be.
It is very simple. So, despite Chris's description of this movie, Ninja is hired to protect the town from the clan.
But they don't know he's a ninja.
No, they do. They hire him as a ninja.
They hire him as a bodyguard.
Well, whatever. He's
not a ninja yet. They don't know he's a ninja. They keep saying bodyguard man.
Well, whatever. He's a Yojimbo for them, which he has some type of training.
Yes.
So they hire this guy because their village is being attacked by the Crimson Devil clan, and then they've got cultists who want, and this is the part I don't know why. They want the cursed girl.
Yes, unclear why. I think it has to do with the fact she's the prettiest girl in the village.
That, and she also killed her dad.
She did, but like,
it was an accident. I know,
but like everybody else in this village has murdered people too. The amount of death happening here is outrageous.
Oh, yeah. No, and then also, well, that I get where you're coming from, because the movie does deviate a lot from, like, the main ninja and shark plot.
Yeah, we, like, jump around.
Because we also have, like, the sub-story of our two villagers who love each other, the cursed girl and the kind of useless guy.
Who has the worst haircut.
And also, Ninja used to be in love with the or with the other ninja, and...
Okay, so she is where most of our questions ran into points.
Okay.
So when she is introduced, she is like going crazy girlfriend on this other woman who at the very beginning of the movie, the first man, who is a ninja, but we didn't know he was a ninja, he's supposed to be a bad guy, but he's actually a good guy, he took her unwillingly, and this new lady is like, oh my god, you got to be with him, and good for you. And
killed her husband because the reason
Yes, oh yeah, I forgot. He killed her husband.
Yeah, the reason he raped her in the first place was because he didn't get paid for protecting the village.
Yes, and it's a very dramatic scene with a lot of blood spurting out of someone's neck. And, okay, so ex-fiancé ninja girl is killing this woman who didn't want to be in this movie in the first fucking place. She is murdering her and being like, you got to sleep with him. And she's trying to do the whole, like, crazy girlfriend trope from, like, animes and stuff.
Yeah, the yandere.
Exactly. However, she goes so hard into the yandere trope that it full circles back to almost lesbianism. Because now they're making out. She's making out with the corpse, and she turns her into her corpse slave.
Ninja magic.
With ninja magic. So now she has her own wife that she carries around with her everywhere. And at the end of the movie, they make out again.
Have you not seen Basilisk or Ninja Scroll?
I have. That doesn't clear up the plot points.
It's ninja magic.
It's ninja magic, but it's also just gay.
Yeah, and?
And so, again, we've yondered so hard, we've ended up not even liking the man that we were supposed to like in the first place, and he's the only man for her, so now she doesn't like men.
Yeah, they try really hard to make the ninja the anti-hero.
But she's the best character, because she has the craziest face. She spends so much time with
the male ninja, the anti-hero.
Oh, no, they try, but he's honestly so boring compared to everybody else. He's more interesting than Romance of the Curse Girl, because at least she gets a cool scene where she's possessed by Sharkman and like wanders off into the sea, and I have a lot of questions about how long her legs are, because she's just standing straight up and down in what's supposed to be like 50 feet of water, because there's a big ass shark in that
treading
water. But she's vertical and stiff as a board, so unless her little legs are going at the speed of Mach 20, her legs are so long they touch the bottom of the ocean.
She's possessed by a shark spirit. She ain't need no physics.
I guess not. But there's physics everywhere else in this movie. It's not like a on wires action. It's more of like blood squirting everywhere sort of camp, which I do love. This hits all of my like gore points. It is fun. The blood is way too like almost pink red. It's the wrong color, and I love that.
I couldn't tell the difference.
We watched it on my friend's like really nice brand new TV, and like your DVD copy is a nice DVD copy. So I am not thinking that like we have a burnt weird copy that like, oh, the colors got messed up, because sometimes that happens. Or like, oh, I'm watching on my shitty tiny TV where the colors are messed up.
Or the color settings just off on the TV too.
Yeah.
I mean, to me it looked red, but then again, I'm colorblind, so...
I know you're colorblind, that's why I'm bringing it up.
But I can see red at least.
I know her TV is set up correctly because we watched a movie just before that one, and it looked great. So her brand new TV, I was like, wow, we went with the neon colored blood. It's chef's kiss gold.
Yeah, it's definitely that old school style of old bad violence where there's
the knife
excessive
is like,
blood everywhere.
The knife is like 4 feet away from someone and he swishes it and somebody's head falls off, and it's amazing.
Ninja skills.
And the ninja magic is so close to being the ninja magic you already know and love from Naruto, from other animes, from even Power Rangers nonsense. And then there's like a few twists surprise where they do something, you're like, oh, they're gonna do the ninja magic where they launch him with stones up in the air, or they're gonna use like wind to blow him out of the way, and he just blows up.
Yeah.
He just explodes.
It's amazing.
It's great.
Yeah, no, honestly, this movie does everything right, because even though it is all over the place...
Oh, it's a mess, but I enjoyed every second.
Yeah, it works for like just, even like the meandering, because it does, that's the thing is like, even though it does meander a little bit,
it sure does.
It attempts to give what would have been a very bare bones, like...
everyone has a back plot.
Yeah, it tries to give you a reason to care for everyone in the movie, and you kind of do for the most part.
You do. The only other person that I have any real beef, and this is the stupidest beef, but it is beef I will stand by, is the main girl. Like, the whole premise of the movie, much like any other anime or Power Rangers-esque movie, is that you need to be strong and live a good life. That's the whole message of the movie. Every single person's dead loved one tells them this. And the main girl, who's like the cursed girl, she's arguably our main character, kind of. Like, it's like her and then like the ninja guy. Yeah.
Because that's the whole point of having the ninja guy, is they're supposed to be a kindred spirit, but I also like that they don't ever really try and force it into a romantic relationship and get the love triangle going.
We kept taking bets on whether or not he was going to be like, oh yeah, you look just like my long lost sister, and there was going to be like another subplot where they're actually siblings.
Oh, jeez.
It never happens, thankfully.
He does have a sibling, though.
He does. I mean, well, not anymore. But, but the only, like, other complaint that we really had that was, like, a true plot point complaint, and this is a plot point complaint that we've had with Power Rangers movies, we've had this complaint with other animes, is her, like, full backstory is she promised her mom to live strong. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You sat there holding her, weeping, going, Mama! Yeah. Mama! You never promised her.
Well, she also decides to, like, try and go into the ocean herself without any care.
Basically, she wanders into the ocean.
she's very much so like, she makes me think of like again, Naruto reference, Sasuke a little bit, where it's like she's kind of a little whiny and she's kind of self-destructive.
Yes, this movie, I know everyone worked on other big name stuff that like you can definitely see the inspiration from. However, the ninjas and the characters in this movie are so Naruto coded that it is impossible to not make the jumps and connections.
Well, and that's the thing is like there's not really a lot of ninja action until like
the very end.
Yeah, until the very end of the movie. And even then, like,
we're sitting there watching her bob in the water half the time.
Yeah, that's like 30 minutes of the movie right there is just them fighting.
The best part of this movie, though, is 100% the weird, like, demon clan. Because they are 100% just a, like, devil cult, right? Like, they are just sacrificing people and pearls to, you know, bring about the shark demon.
I don't even know how they're summoning.
They don't explain it.
Yeah, that's the thing. The only thing they explain that the cult really wants is they want the pearls. Because...
And then they make such a big deal about Curse Girl having a pearl. And so you keep thinking, oh, they're going to like, say that's the best pearl and that's why they want her dead. Is that way then they could have the best pearl? But it's not the best pearl. They already have the best pearl. Yeah, and they never take her pearl.
Well, the pearls are also like the source of their leader's magic, and he's the only one who has any ninjutsu. Is he just
popping pearls?
Yeah, eats a pearl and can
turn into a vampire shark.
Well, so he has to consume the blood of the person that he wants to turn into, which they kidnap the most handsome man from the village.
And boy, Crystal and I were not, we noticed that they put him not only in the best, handsomest actor's body, but they gave him the coolest contacts, the best hair, and like, he's just like standing around being like, ah, yes, I'm the good looking one. But then they gave him a whiny girl voice. And we were very confused. And it's not even like he's trying to be like a soft, scary leader. No, it's straight up like a 10-year-old girl's voice.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. I loved it. But they don't explain his powers to you at all, other than like pearls give him strength and he can transform. We are never told how he's controlling the shark that also is a land shark.
There's ninjutsu, or his
his
mantras. Yeah,
he chants, but like, is it all sharks or is it just that shark?
Just that shark, as far as we know.
But why? Is there not other sharks?
No, because
why is he a shark?
Because that's the ocean god shark.
Why is he a shark? Why can he transform? That doesn't seem sharky.
Because otherwise we don't have, like, I mean...
And why does the one guy like it so much?
Oh, the guy that he eats?
Like, yeah. Yeah. He's having the best time of his life.
Yeah,
I feel like I shouldn't be watching. I feel like we need to close the curtain.
Yeah, there's a weird, like, the way they go about, like, the quote-unquote, and it's not very erotic, but the eroticism in this movie is very strange because...
It's so odd.
They don't really make the head of the Devil Clan gay, but it's kind of like...
Okay, this movie's on the verge of being a little gay. In both... Oh, it's like, this is so close.
Just enough where it's... Yeah, because, like, the corpse ends up kissing the dead ninja chick's head.
Oh, no, they've made out, like, 3 times in this movie.
No, only the 2 times.
Okay, so 2 times.
To turn her into a corpse... Well, okay, I know why she kisses her at the end, to, like, maybe, like, hey, end this, please.
But it doesn't work. She's still a corpse demon, and then she carries around Zombie Man's head.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're just a little gay.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Gotta have a little bit.
Well, when you only love one man and then you hate that one man, doesn't that make you a little gay? You don't like any men now. By definition, a little bit gay.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. And now you have a zombie wife.
No, he's got a dead wife.
Well, now she has a dead zombie wife. Well,
she was never a zombie.
She's dead, now she's dead. They're both dead. They're both dead together, but one of them's still kind of alive.
Yeah, it's his woman of the night.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, that night's wife.
It's very confusing, the love triangles in this movie, because there's not really love triangles, but, like, there's a lot of kissing and touching.
There is no love triangle at all.
They kind of try to do one with the ninja, and then her boyfriend, and then her, but it never plays out, and again, you get the weird brother-sister sort of vibe at times, and you're like, okay, this is... Yeah.
Kindred spirits. It's not brother-sister, it's the kindred spirits.
A little bit, only she has no spirit. She is the weakest wimpy wimp. The only thing she's ever done is murdered her dad.
She's stronger than her love interest.
That's, you know what? That doesn't take much, because he is the essentially Wimplo of this movie.
Yes, he is.
He's amazing. He has the worst haircut. We were taking bets on whether it was a wig the whole movie. I don't think it was.
I can't spot that stuff very easily it's like obvious.
Boy, his hair was all over the place. It was amazing. The shark is barely in this movie, but I'm okay with that for once.
Yeah, I do want to talk about the shark a little bit because the scenes with the shark are also awesome at the same time because
they're so weird.
It's bad, but at the same time, it's a little bit better than most of the American shark movies we've seen.
I would argue significantly, the CGI for the shark is somewhat consistent.
Mm-hmm.
He's relatively the same scale all the time, and he's definitely the same shark each time.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good by our standards.
Yeah, I mean, him fighting the ninjas got some pretty bad moments up until he comes on land and he moves through the sand like the goddamn worm from Dune.
I'm glad you thought Dune. I saw him open mouth dive into the beach in the sand, and I went, "Oh, it's the bullworm from SpongeBob."
Oh God. Which is also a Dune reference.
And also, it should be pointed out that while we are praising the CGI of this shark, he does swim like a stiff 2x4.
Mm-hmm.
He does not look like a shark at all. He looks like an animatronic swimming, and that's kind of the best part.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great. Like, honestly, the rest of the movie's fine, and then we have the fight scene, and that's what really makes this movie great is...
Yes.
It's just...
The blood is... over the top throughout the whole movie, which does keep you going.
Mm-hmm.
The back plot and summaries and side stories of everyone are honestly just so off the top and so crazy. It's amazing not everyone is dead before this point. And then you get to the shark, who is the craziest thing to ever be seen.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, I don't know. But it also just doesn't make a lot of sense either, just the way they work the rest of the movie. Because the shark is really inconsequential because, yeah, you already brought up that Shark Dude lives.
Shark Dude, kind of. He is so told, like, we don't know anything about him. Everyone else gets cool backstories, not this guy. And I need one for him.
It's all just to set up a sequel, you know?
Oh, for 100%, and I will be watching it. And even, like, the big shark, which honestly, that's the reason you probably picked up this movie if you're like us. You picked it up because there's a ninja and a shark on the cover. The shark is really only in the movie for, like, a few minutes at best. And, like, the end fight scene is his main, like, showing off point, and we're busy watching other ninjas fight half that battle. They're not even fighting the shark, they're fighting each other.
No, exactly. And
and he dies so quickly in the battle too, because again, it's a giant shark, and they now have him being a dune sandworm, so like, of course he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he dies in the most ninja spectacular way possible. Just great, I loved it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's got that campiness to it.
It really does.
That's the thing is... especially with all the other like bad shark movies we've watched in the past.
True.
It's got a level, and I think that's what sets it apart, is it definitely has that level of seriousness to it, where it's not a campy seriousness where it's like, oh no, we created an evil shark clone or some ghost shark.
Yeah, no, it's no Lake Placid.
No, exactly. It is a little bit endearing to it, but it doesn't like...
It's very original, and I applaud that.
Yeah, it doesn't, well... ish. I mean,
the ninja portion is very not original. The shark portion, not original. Putting them together, very original.
Yeah. No, it's a mashup. It's a better mashup than Cowboys and Alien.
I would 100% agree. I had so much fun watching this. I hope there will be more. I will be enjoying all of them. And also, like, it was done in such a way that, like, it is got the over-the-top goriness, but it's not so over-the-top and horrific gore that, like, someone who doesn't like gore couldn't watch it. It has all of these, like, hallmarks of a, like, over-the-top bad Japanese flick without actually going all the way and be, like, too much for most people to watch. It just has all of the same, like, ridiculousness thrown in, and also, like, similar plot points that come up pretty often in those movies.
Yeah, depending on the type of ninja movies you watch. I mean, this one definitely has less tits than the ones I usually watch.
Exactly, though. Like, the idea of tits placed in the movie. The actual showing of tits, not in the movie, which means accessible to more people.
Yeah.
So, like, is it everything if you are already in the Japanese camp? Is it everything your little heart could want? Probably not. But if you're in the ninja and the shark camp, this is the best thing. Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely interesting to say the least. I'll say that.
It is a mess, and also, like, it doesn't help that watching it with subs does mean that, like, you're gonna have to, like, really be paying attention for some of the background characters, because, again, literally everyone but the main shark cultist has a backstory, including some of the nonsense side characters, like the mom. The mom's dead through the whole movie. It's just flashback on why we have any backstory for her.
Yeah, no, exactly. And yeah, I don't like flashbacks, and this
I know
one's
you
kind
don't.
of eh.
They are very meh, and they keep using them. But honestly, I don't care because they're having flashbacks in the middle of battle.
Yeah, no, exactly. You got to explain why they're kind of into each other.
Yeah, no. Again, I normally don't like flashbacks, but I do appreciate that everybody has some form of reasoning and logic, except for the cultist leader. He's just an enigma.
He controls the sharks. He wants the pearls for their power.
How did he learn to do this? Do all ninjas know how to do this?
It's passed down through the Crimson Ninja Clan. Have you not seen Naruto? How they pass down their knowledge through scrolls and shit?
I know that, but, like, other than the headbands and, like, the obvious, like, base level Naruto shit, they really don't lean too far into it. There's no scrolls or anything to, like, really lean into it. And, like, no other people in the clan are shark at all. They just wear shark onesies, which is dope. The shark onesies also, by the way, look an awful lot like they're just wearing Oogie Boogie outfits, and I like that.
Yes. No, the costuming is interesting.
Also, one of the, like, main characters, I think it's the Wimplo, like, love interest, he's just wearing, like, straight up khaki shorts in one scene, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you gotta deal with it. Like, it doesn't go full like, that's the thing, it feels like it wants to be a little bit of a gag at times, but it doesn't go, like, full Gintama.
Exactly. It takes itself just a little bit seriously, and that's the best part.
Oh, yeah. So, Chris, rent, buy, stream, or decline that we ever watched it despite having an audio recording of us watching it.
I will be buying this for myself the moment I can.
I am in the same camp. If you love these kind of movies, go out and buy it, and not just because I love Media Blaster and they introduced me to a lot of my early taste in Japanese movies. I don't know. It's just one of those ones where
this is going to be a good one to pull off the shelf and show friends.
Yeah, and just like, hey, we're watching something stupid tonight. Just be prepared. It's not going to make sense for most of it, but
you're going to have a great time.
Exactly.
Anywho,
this has been The Good, the Bad, and the Weird MicroViews.
Thanks for listening.
Peace. Thank you for stopping by this here town of The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. We appreciate your listenership, and if you want more of our takes in your life, feel free to check us out on social media at The Good, the Bad, and the Weird Podcast, or TGTBTW for short. As well, if we missed a fact, your favorite part of a movie, or just have a suggestion and want to reach out and say howdy, feel free to email us at tgtbtwpodcast@gmail.com. And feel free to join our Discord at The Good, the Bad, and the Weird Podcast, where we talk about movies, just share random banter here and there. And always, check out our podcasters, streamers, or any other content creator we shout out in our episodes. We really appreciate it. And as always, thank you for listening. Peace.